I'm Bambi Francisco for Vader News. For labor on demand, you might try Crowdflower. It's a startup based in San Francisco that makes it easy for companies to tap into workers to get simple jobs done. Joining me to talk about Crowdflower is Lucas Bewald. He's the CEO and founder. Lucas, thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
So Crowdflower lets companies, startups like Vader, tap into a whole pool of workers to get these simple tasks done. What kind of tasks, simple jobs, are getting done, completed on your site?
Well, we make no requirements, so we're always surprised by the different kinds of things people do. But common ways people use our site is to check, for example, the user-generated content that gets uploaded and make sure that it meets their guidelines. So, for example, we work with a company that really doesn't want copyright images. So they send every image that somebody uploads, and we check to make sure they're not a copyright violation. We work with companies that do have local directories, for example, to make sure that all the business listings are correct. Or we worked recently with a company that wanted to create a list of all the drink specials in different cities. So they wanted someone to actually call up each bar and find out what the happy hour prices were and what the times were.
Right.
And so these kinds of jobs where you think, oh, how am I going to do that? You know, there's not a computer program that can do that. Am I going to hire a whole bunch of people?
Yeah.
We offer a better way to do that. It's much faster because you can hire 10,000 people all at once if you want to.
Right. Now, who are these people that you've aggregated, and how have you done that?
So we actually don't have a website where people come to work. We work with distribution partners. So we put tasks inside Mechanical Turk, which is a place where you can go to do simple jobs. We also put tasks inside Facebook games. So we work with Gambit, and people earn virtual currency for doing our tasks. And actually, it's very similar to the kind of offers that people have. Instead of signing up for Blockbuster, you can check a map and look where the solar panels are, or whatever our customers
do
want.
a task and you can get more gold coins or something.
Yeah, exactly. And unlike an offer, we actually don't want your credit card. We don't want any personal identifying information. We just want the neurons in your brain. So, so the users really like us, and they can actually do as many tasks as they want.
And who are they? Who are these people? First of all, how many you have, and how many do you have access to, and then how many are actually typically doing these jobs?
Sure. So we've seen over 200,000 workers in the last year. Obviously, some workers are much more prolific than other workers. I should also mention we work with SamaSource, which sends tasks throughout Africa. So we actually have people in refugee camps doing the same types of work. And it's really interesting, right? I mean, there's sort of cultural issues with them, but they have so much desire to do these types of jobs. I should say, too, I just got back from Haiti, where I actually saw one of the newest centers that SamaSource set up, where they were training hundreds of people to give them jobs after the earthquake.
Wow.
And I should also mention one recent application that we had was we've been working with the State Department to translate emergency SMS messages. So Haitians can send a text message to 4636, and they could say, help, I need water, I'm at this location, and then the Red Cross or the correct government agency based on the kind of emergency will go and help them. And so Crowdflower has been offering its service as a platform to get those messages translated and localized. It's sort of an example of a simple, repetitive task that's really important.
How does a person get, how does a company, let's say Vader wanted to use Crowdflower, how do we pay for those tasks and make sure that
so that's another way we differentiate. So we offer just purely task-based pricing. So you're not paying per hour. I mean, obviously, tasks that are longer end up costing more. But we figure out what's the average time that it takes to do a task, and then also we build in a certain amount of redundancy, right? So that's the way that we can provide high-quality results to you.
For instance, well, how do you measure or how do you monitor high-quality results?
So we do that by sending the same task to multiple people, and we check if they match, right? So if one person says this image is a copyright violation, and this other person says this image isn't a copyright violation, then we're going to ask a few more people. And then we're going to go back and we're going to punish the person that said it wasn't, and we're going to trust them less. So we have a statistical system that has a certain level of trust for each of the workers, each of the 200,000 workers we've seen. And then less trusted workers, we always pair them with more people and
Do you
hire
take
trusted
them off
workers.
the system, or do you just pay them less?
Eventually, we take them off the system, but usually they take themselves off the system because we don't pay for results that we don't think are accurate.
Where's the majority of the work being done, in the U.S. or outside the U.S.?
Today in the U.S.,
Okay.
But we think that might change over time.
Why?
Well, Mechanical Turk has been historically mostly the U.S., and that was the first company we integrated with. And we've really focused on the U.S. for our customers because we haven't wanted to deal with the cultural issues as we've perfected our quality control. But we've seen recently that our quality control doesn't care if you're in the Philippines, it doesn't care if you're in Africa. If you can deliver the correct results that we expect, we're happy to pay you, and we've seen that a lot of people outside the U.S. really respond to that.
And just as an example, let's say Vader wanted to use your service, and one of the things we want to do is we want to check the videos that are uploaded to our site before we distribute them to our partners. How much would a job like that be to get somebody to actually just check, and...
So this is actually watch a whole video?
Watch a 3-minute video to make sure that there's no profanity.
Well, so you can imagine that we end up paying people about $2 to $3 an hour. And it really depends on the level of quality that you need, right? So some of our customers, they just never want mistakes, and they don't care how much it costs, right?
Yeah.
So we might have 3 to 5 people check every single one of their cases to make sure that there's never any errors that slip through, right? Other customers are more concerned with price, so they end up at a lower price point. And we actually have a self-service tool at crowdflower.com where you can go create a task, do the task yourself, and it will time you, and then look at different levels of accuracy and see what the price might end up. But checking a video, I mean, I would guess that it's around 10 cents, something like that, for the quality that you'd probably need. And
then what does an actual, and a worker on the other end will probably get about $2 to $3 per hour for some of the tasks that you're offering.
Yeah, but again, remember, we deal with open marketplaces, so we don't actually know the worker hourly rate. We pay them, we also pay the workers on a per task basis. So if workers are better, they'll get a higher hourly rate. And for certain tasks that are more specialized, where only a certain number of workers can do it, they end up getting a higher hourly rate.
Are these college degree workers, high school workers?
Again, you know, we don't have any requirements. We let our quality control system work by itself without any premonition about how well somebody's going to do. But there's a surprising number of college-educated people through all of our labor channels, actually.
Well, given the recession, too, I'm sure there are a lot of people looking for jobs. So, anyway, thank you for providing and bringing those jobs to those people looking for them.
Thanks.
Thanks, Lucas. I've been speaking with Lucas Bewald. He's the CEO and founder of Crowdflower. I'm Bambi.